Let us begin with the region elimination method. So what we have found that the bracketing methods can help us to bracket the minima. However, the range given by the bracketing method is not so good. So in order to improve the accuracy, we generally use region elimination methods. So there are some cases according to which we eliminate the region. So let us consider we have x1 and x2, which lie in the interval of a and a b. Here we have to make sure that x1 is smaller than x2. For a unimodal minimization function, so let's take case one. So as I have shown in the figure, you can see we have a and a b as our interval. X1 and x2 are the 2 points. Now if I compare the objective function, it says that f of the function value at x1 is greater than the function value at x2. This suggests that the minima will never lie between a to x1. So what we have to do is, so this red region, which is lying between a to x1, that can be eliminated, and we will never perform our search. So our search will then concentrate from x1 to b. So this is case one. So case two is, suppose we have x1 and x2 as given in the figure. Here the function value of x1 is smaller than the function value of x2. In that case, the minima doesn't lie between x2 and a b. So the region, now in the second figure, if you see, the red region is eliminated and the search will be performed between a to x2 only. Similarly, in a case 3, when you have the function value at x1 equal to the function value at x2. So in that case, we know that the minima will never be lying on the two regions. So as you can see from the second figure, that between a to x1 and x2 to b, the minima will never be lying. So we will never perform our search there. So we eliminate those red regions and we will just perform our search between x1 to x2. Using this, we will be going through the very first method called interval halving method. So you can make it out from the title of this method is halving means we are going to make a half. So in this step one, what we do is we generally given to the lower and the upper bound by the bounding phase method as a and a b, and we choose some value of epsilon which is quite small. Then we find xm. Xm you can see as a middle point. So a plus b divided by 2 is the middle point. And we assign say L0, which is L. That is the difference between b minus a. So and then at the middle point, we compute what is the objective function value. Thereafter, we have to find two equidistance points. So let's say x1 is given as a plus L by 4 and x2 is given as b minus L by 4. So based on a and a b value, we are adding L by 4 and subtracting L by 4. So these x1 and x2 will further divide the region into the 4 equal spaces. Now again, we compute the function value at x1 and x2. Then we have to see which region we can eliminate. So in step 3, we check the first condition that if the function value at x1 is smaller than xm, so with the rule of elimination, region elimination, we know that the minima will never be lying from xm to b. So therefore, we update b as xm, xm to x1, and we can go to step 5. Suppose it is not happening, so this condition is not satisfied, then we will go to step 4. What step 4 suggests that the function value at x2 is smaller than function value of x1. It suggests that the minima will never be lying from a to xm. So therefore we update a to xm, xm to x2, and we go to step 5. Here, suppose none of the condition given in the step 3 and step 4 are satisfied, then we know that this is the condition where the regions on both the sides of a to x1 x2 to b should be eliminated. So therefore, we set a equal to x1 and b equals to x2. So what you will realize that in step 3 and 4, we are updating the a, b and xm values. Once it is done, we calculate b minus a. So you can see that since a and a b are changing, so we again calculate L. And if the L is smaller than epsilon value, then we should terminate. Now what you can realize here, the L is nothing but the distance between the 2 points in which the minima will be located. If the condition satisfied, we should terminate the algorithm. Otherwise, we should go to the step 2. Again, find the 2 points which are dividing the space into 4 equal parts, checking the condition, and we keep on moving till the algorithm terminates. So let us see that how this method work with the same problem which we are solving. So minimizing the function between the range 0 to 5, minima is at 3. Function value at minima is 27. So you remember that first step is we have to set a and a b as 0 and a 5 and the epsilon value. Thereafter, we say compute L is equals to b minus a, which is currently 5, and the middle point. So the middle point is given as a plus b divided by 2, which is 2.5. Now we'll calculate the function value here as at xm, which is 27.85. Thereafter, you remember that we generate 2 new points, which are x1 and x2, that will divide the space into 4. So as you can see, x1 is a plus L by 4. Putting the value, I'll get 1.25. Putting the value of b minus L by 4. Here, this L should be capital L. So b minus L by 4 is 3.75. And we have to calculate their function values, which are 44.76 and 28.46. Now let's compare. Now step 3 says that since f of x1 is greater than xm, go to step 4. So the condition given in step 3 is not satisfied. So we are going into the step 4. Now in step 4, since f of x2 is greater than f of x1, this means that condition is also, this means that the condition given in step 4 is also not satisfied. So in that case, we will be dropping 2 intervals, that is from 0 to x1 and x2 to b. While doing so, we have to update a as x1 equal to 1.25, b equal to x2 3.75, and L. So you remember that L is nothing but b minus a. So updated value of a b minus a will give you L 2.5. Now we'll go to the step 5. Here it is important to note that the xm will remain the same. In step 5, since L is greater than epsilon, we proceed to the step 2 that completes the first iteration. Thereafter, in step 2, you remember that we have to again find the equidistance point x1 with the updated value of a and L. That gives me a 1.875 and x2 will become b minus L by 4. Just make a note that this small L should be capital L. That gives me 3.125. Then we will calculate the function value at these 2 new points. So what you can realize that from the previous iteration to the next iteration, we need to calculate only 2 new function evaluations. Thereafter, we'll check since f of x1 is greater than f of xm, we'll go to the step 4. Why? Because the condition given in the algorithm is not satisfied. Now in step 4, we compare x2 and xm. Now since f of x2 is smaller than f of xm, the condition gets satisfied. We have to eliminate the interval from a to xm. So in that case, when we are eliminating it, so we have to update a as xm, and xm xm will be 1.25, which is currently x2. Now we have to calculate L. A is changed, B will remain the same, which is 3.125. You can see on the top. So 75 minus 2.5 will give me the updated value of L, which is 1.25. And we go to the step 5. Now here, since again the L value is greater than epsilon, we proceed to the step 2. That completes the 2 iterations. Now there are remarks on interval halving methods. This method requires 3 points which are equidistant and converting the region into 4. So you remember that we started with A and B. Thereafter we calculated the middle point. Now you can look into the figure. So A and B and the middle point XM. Once we calculate it, after calculating the length, then we calculate what is X1 and X2. So we are actually dividing a region between A to B into 4 regions, and then we eliminate. Second point is that at every iteration, 2 new function evaluations are performed, as I explained you earlier. Now, every time when we are eliminating, half of the previous iteration region is eliminated, which is quite good. And after n function evaluation, you can expect that the interval will be, so this should be interval, should be reduced by 0.5 n by 2 L0. Now I'm showing you the graphical example of the same what we have solved in the hand calculation. So this is the same function which we have solved. So you remember that A was 0, B was 1, and the middle point XM was 2.5. Then we created X1 by A plus L by 4 and X2 by B minus L by 4. So here I have not shown the value of X1, X2 and XM, which are already given. I'm just showing the function value because these function value will help us to eliminate the region. Now you remember that in the iteration 1, step 3 condition and step 4 condition are not met. So that's why we eliminated 2 regions. So you can see the region which are in the red color that were eliminated in iteration 1. And accordingly, this particular A, look at the second figure. So this A will become X1, B will become X2. So A and B are updated, and you know that XM will remain the same. In the second iteration, we find the function value. So A and B we already know because these are the updated values. XM value will remain the same. However, we calculated what is X1 and X2 using the formula given in the interval halving method. Looking at the function value, you remember that the condition given in step 4 was satisfied. This means that from A to XM, the region will be eliminated. So the red region you can see that is eliminated, and accordingly A will become XM and XM will become X2. B will remain the same after 2 iterations. So this method is quite easy to understand because it is dividing the region into the 4, and then we are eliminating based on the conditions given in step 2 and step 3 and step 4. Now I'm moving to the last method in the direct search method, which is called golden section search method. It's a very quite famous method, and many of the source code and the software also use golden section search method. How it works? So as we know that for a given function, we have interval A and a B, and we set some epsilon value because we want to terminate the algorithm based on this epsilon value. First thing which we do with the golden section search method is we normalize the variable. Now, since the variable A and a B can lie between any value, so we normalize this variable X by omega, and we use this transformation equation as X minus A divided by B minus A. Now, you know that by using this equation, the value of omega will always lie between 0 to 1. So therefore, we take new bounds as A omega 0, B omega 1, and L omega is nothing but B omega minus A omega. So currently it is 1. We set K equal to 1 means the iteration number is 1. Thereafter, we compute 2 new points. So omega 1 is equals to A omega plus 0.618 L omega. So the number which we have used 0.618 is the golden number. I'll tell you how we calculated it in the next slide. Similarly, we will calculate omega 2 as b omega minus 0.618 L omega. Now you can find the similarity of these omega 1 and omega 2 formula with the interval halving method. Only we have introduced the normalized variable and the number is 0.618 rather than L by 4. Now, since we found what are the new points omega 1 and omega 2, we compute the function values. Now you will realize when I will show you the hand calculation, we will be calculating just one because the other function value is already calculated. Now afterwards, once we know, we can compare the function value, and you remember the rules which are shown in case 1, case 2 and case 3 with region elimination method. Same rule will be used here. So we are going to eliminate the region. We set new AW, BW, and LW will become the BW minus LW. So these are the new values. And then we look for the termination condition. If the LW values is smaller than epsilon, we should stop it. Otherwise, we increase the counter by 1. And in that case, we go to the step 2 again, generating the two new points, omega 1 and omega 2. Now so again, as a remark, you can see that a search space of X between A to B is normalized or mapped between 0 to 1, as you can see in the figure A omega to B omega. Thereafter, we created 2 points omega 1 and omega 2. Now omega 1 is tau times, so tau is going to be the golden number 0.618 from A omega. Similarly, B omega will be tau times from, similarly omega 2 will be tau times from B omega. How we will get it? So the 2 point at tau from each end of the search space are chosen so that every iteration, the elimination region is 1 minus tau to that in the previous iteration, meaning that 1 minus tau is equals to tau square. So this is the relation we are going to get it. If you solve this quadratic equation, you get tau is equals to 0.618, which is nothing but the golden number. And we need one function evaluation, as I mentioned. We will see in the hand calculation how it is happening. Here it is important to note that the interval reduction is 0.618 to the power n minus 1 after n function evaluation. If we are looking for the desired accuracy, we can always find how many function evaluations are needed. So there is 0.618 n to the power n minus 1 b minus a should be epsilon. So based on our accuracy, we can set what should be the value of n. So here it's the same example that we are solving. In the step 1, you remember that we have A as 0, B equal to 5 as given in the equation. And first of all, we transform this X to omega. So X to omega means X minus A divided by B minus A. That gives me omega equals to X divided by 5. And then we have to find the function. Then we have to make a new function which is in terms of f omega. So putting the value of omega into this particular x function which is given in the top, you will get the required f omega here. Now you remember that we set a omega followed by b omega followed by l omega, which is currently 1. And suppose we have taken epsilon value 10 to the power minus 3 and the iteration counter 1. It is important to note that the transformation function, the omega star is 0.6, but the function value of omega star is 27, which is the same as the true function value. In step 2, you can realize we have to compute the two new points, which are omega 1 and omega 2. Now in omega 1, we have a omega plus 0.618 L omega. Putting the value, I will get 0.618. Similarly for omega 2, it will become B omega minus 0.618 L omega. That gives me 0.382. Since we have calculated these two new points, we have to find their function values, which are coming out to be 27.02, and at omega 2 it is 31.92. Now if I compare the function values, you will realize that the function value at omega 1 is smaller than the function value at omega 2. That suggests that we have to eliminate the region by following the guidelines or the idea which was given in the region elimination using case 1, case 2 and case 3. We can make it out that we have to eliminate A omega to omega 2. This means that the region from 0 to 0.382 will be eliminated. Now, once we eliminate it, we have to set new A omega as 0.382. B omega will remains the same since the limit has been changed. So L omega has to be changed, which is B omega minus A omega, coming out to be 0.618. Now I'm coming to the step 3, looking at the value of L omega. Since it is greater than epsilon, we increase the counter by 1, so it becomes 2. We proceed to the step 2. At this particular stage, the number of the first iteration is over. Now moving to the step 2 again, we compute the two new points as omega 1 with the updated value of A omega and L omega. So I get 0.764. Similarly, omega 2 with the updated values, I'll get 0.618. Now the function value at omega 1 we calculated, but we don't have to calculate at omega 2. Now if you look at the top, omega 2 is 0.618, and looking at the top, so the omega 1 of the previous iteration was also 0.618. Since we already calculated the value at this particular point, so we don't have to calculate omega 2 at this step 2 here. Now we are going to compare the function value of omega 1 and omega 2. What you will realize, the function value at omega 2 is greater than 1. So we are going to eliminate omega 1 to B omega. So this is the region 0.764 to 1. Since this region is eliminated, we have to update A omega. So that remains the same. B omega has to be updated. So 0.764, and L omega will be the A omega minus B omega. So that is coming out to be 0.382. Now we have to move to this step 3. Since L omega is still greater than epsilon, we increase the counter of K by 1. So it will become 3. And then we proceed to step 2. Now here 2 iterations are over. Now let's see how graphically it looks like. The same problem which we have just now solved, we'll see that. So you remember that A omega was 0, B omega was 1 iteration 1, and with the help of the golden number, we calculated omega 1 and omega 2. Now the function values are given. So you know that the region from A omega to omega 2 will be eliminated. So this region will be eliminated, and the region eliminated is 0.618. So we will update now. A omega will become omega 2, and we'll see how is the new solution. Now in iteration 2, you can see A omega is updated. B omega remains the same as 1. We calculated omega 1 and omega 2. So you remember that omega 2 was already calculated in the previous iteration. So we have to only find objective function at omega 1, which is 28.72. Now looking at this, you can make it out that from omega 1 to B omega, now you can look at the red region. This particular region will be eliminated. So we are left. So in this case, B omega will be updated to omega 1, and then we have to perform the search.